I'd actually like to take a step back and in fact, approach the question from a global scenario first and then come to India. Just to give a small introduction, I'm part of this preschool education setup called Little Millennium. We are part of the Educomp group of education, and we are the largest education company in the country. And the business that I handle is the preschool unit of the business. And the reason I am honored to sit in this panel today is because 90% of our franchisees are women. And we currently reach out to about 12,000 children. So 90% of that, which is almost 10,000 children that we reach out to, are actually taken care of, grown, and these are early children we're talking about, 2 to 6 years of age. What we are doing, the value that we are providing to them at this time, will create those 10,000 livelihoods and their families' livelihoods in the future. And we are doing this year on year, and the number of women entrepreneurs in our franchisee chain of preschools is actually growing. So I would not be surprised if by next year when I'm sitting here, there are more than 90% of our franchisees who are women. If you allow me, there is 1 or 2 slides that I have with me, which will really bring this, the impact of women entrepreneurship and how important it is for us today. If I can just, step up and. So the point was that Rajni was making. I'm just going to take some statistics to just amplify that point, Rajni. Okay, this slide, it's not very legible, but what this is basically saying is there was this global entrepreneurship monitor study done by GEM in partnership with Harvard Business Review. And this slide is telling us that there are across the world, across the countries that World Bank works with, 30% of all businesses worldwide are currently being owned and managed by women. 30%, that's 1/3. The global economy is actually being sort of grown and managed. And this is not just in sort of softer sectors like services. Look at manufacturing, almost 35% is with women owners, women founders. Services, small and medium, large, essentially across businesses. In the same research, what was also pointed out by GEM is that there are almost 125 million women that are starting or running businesses currently, and an additional 100 million that are operating established businesses, which have been sort of running on for 3 years or more. That's almost over 225 million women impacting the global economy. And these businesses are really diverse, from micro to large scale, from businesses which are just there to support a family, to businesses which are actually venture funded and creating wealth and so on and so forth. And again, in terms of the sectors they operate in, very, very diverse, from hair cutting salons to high tech and everything pretty much in between. So women, the time for women is really now. They're all around us. The other point that I just wanted to stress on, and this is taking Rajni's point, the difference that women entrepreneurship can bring to our economy as well as to economies across the world is because of these 2 very subtle factors. The first one, of the earnings that women entrepreneurs make in their businesses, they put back 90% into human resources like education, healthcare, and nutrition of their families, as opposed to only 30 to 40% done by men. So if you're giving a business in the hands of your wives and your mothers and your daughters and your sisters who may not be available here today, they will contribute back to the system, to the country and to the economy, creating strong tides that will lift all boats higher and faster. So that is the power of women entrepreneurship. And the other point, also pointed out by the Harvard Business Review GEM report, is that almost 112 million women are employing one or more people. Another 12 million are employing up to 6 people. That's 72 million jobs just from this small sample. So if in our country we give the power, or we create an environment or an opportunity for more women to get into entrepreneurship, think about the number of jobs that we will be able to create for women entrepreneurs. Look different than their male counterparts, sure, of course, but different doesn't mean deficient or underperforming. I mean, if the ratio of this panel, male to female, is anything to go by, I think women can beat the socks of men in the same ratio, 4-to-1. And I'm really honored to be part of this panel in a minority. Women tend to be more successful because of their trusted status. How many of us, when we go and we purchase, products or services, feel more secure and trusted if the seller is a woman, as opposed to, let's say our travel agent, if you're booking a holiday to Singapore and wherever, and a travel agent is saying ki main aapka sab fix kar dunga, taxi will pick you up from the airport, and you have a nice 6-day break in Bali or Thailand or whatever, there is a sense of doubt if a man is selling us that, as opposed to if a woman is doing the same thing. So there is a trusted status that we associate with women. And yet, while increasingly a recognizable force, women entrepreneurship still lags men in all the countries the report the research data came from. If women's labor participation were closer to male participation, it will result in $1 trillion of GDP that could be created out of more women, if as many number of women were in business as there are men. $1 trillion of GDP is out there to be created. So we need to, so what can we do to create those kind of opportunities for women? And why is it that women are more suited? So I'm talking more about franchising here because we are in a franchising business. But this is largely true of entrepreneurship. They are trusted more. They have a collaborative leadership style. They are good listeners, high on emotional intelligence, emotional IQ, build lasting relationships more easily. Many women prefer fulfilling work in a pleasant culture rather than wanting to sort of build the next Tata and Birla kind of an empire. Ability to prioritize and detail-oriented, we see that in our homes, the kitchens, the food on the dining table every day. And being organized and having the ability to handle numerous tasks. They can beat the socks of men on this point, 10 out of 10 days. Managing family, managing elders, managing home, as well as managing the business. And coming to our industry, in the past 10 years, the number of franchisors looking specifically for women has tripled. We are one of them. We are we look out for women entrepreneurs who are interested in doing a small business of their own, and the opportunity that we have for them is a preschool, opportunity. So one of the reasons why we have been able to attract a large number of women entrepreneurs in the opportunity that we offer is because the investment capital, or the seed capital as some investors like to call it, is relatively low. So what you really need for a preschool essentially is anywhere between 10 or upwards of 10 lakhs, and you can start the business in as short as 20 days time. If you have a property which is anywhere between 1,000 or 1,500 square foot in space, then that's a hugely added benefit as well. See, the point of the preschool opportunity, as opposed to other opportunities in education or other franchise opportunities that entrepreneurs have today in the retail business or in the wellness and beauty business, or other franchise opportunities available. The advantage of preschool is that the customer that is available in every single kilometer or every single 2-3 kilometer radius of this whole country. So every city, every town, every neighborhood needs to have a preschool, because little children will not travel, in a bus and go 20 kilometers away to, be part of a big school. Little children need a daycare and a preschool which is very close to where they live, and which is where our entrepreneurs who we are looking for are also present in those neighborhoods and those localities, and so on and so forth. So this business is actually this opportunity fits in very well with the women entrepreneurs. One, because the capital requirement is very limited. The other reason why a lot of women entrepreneurs come forward and initiate discussions of partnering with us is because franchising has a lot of these benefits, which if you would think of starting it on your own, you may take a long time to develop. So for example, product development. A franchisor brings a ready curriculum, a ready product that is plug and play. For example, processes and systems. A franchisor already has hundreds of preschools or schools running at different parts of the country. So it's a tried and tested model. The entrepreneurs don't have to sort of figure out, okay, we'll do the POC or proof of concept in the first 6 months and then crack the model. The model is already cracked. It's already being functional at 300 other locations. So if entrepreneurs want to take part of that growth journey, all they need to come in, just initiate discussion, find a location, and you can be in business in less than 20 days time. What I do say to the partners who come forward and talk to us is that the root of the business or the core of why you want to get into business should not be wealth creation or job creation or sort of taking back potloads of profit and money and so on and so forth. All of that should be a byproduct. The root of why you want to get into this business or any other business should be the passion that you can see yourself doing it for the next 20 years if required. If that passion is there, then all of these side benefits like money and wealth creation and job creation and social status and so on and so forth, they just all follow. So if the root is there, finance will come, everything else will follow, but that passion has to be sort of inborn.